There's just not room. I mean, at the end of the day, 2 cars running side by side on this track is asking a lot.
And then Dillon by himself.
He hits
goes around.
Storm drain.
Yep.
Yeah, we've talked about it all night. If you get too low in the corner and you hit that storm drain like that, it unloads the back of the car and whips it around.
Hitting it with the
into the 1. And then the 7 tried to get back down, and Kyle Busch was in the back of him and shoved him back up into the 4 car. And
there is no out of bounds to the inside here. Yeah, 3 off turn 4 doesn't go. That track juts out because of the shape of the stadium grandstand.
So you're saying Haley had enough?
Well, and the more I watch this, the Kyle Busch was in the back of the Haley car, so he was kind of just the meat in the sandwich right there, and 21's pushing the 8.
That car was airborne.
Yeah.
Climbed right up the left rear.
Well, these 7th generation Cup cars, they can take.
Yeah, and you see when Haley gets him up the racetrack, Kyle's trying to get that car back down to.
He's still in the back of him, yeah. But watch this. Here comes the outside move. Those guys are banging on each other. That is a very, very gutsy move on the outside for Gregson.
And you can imagine what it was. Telling Kyle Busch to cool down under caution. Here's some 8
of Allmendinger, and Allmendinger's taking advantage of his opportunity to pass, and then he just tried to run him out of room and ran him in the fence.
And look at Priest down to the inside and into a transfer spot.
Cusher hit the wall pretty hard too. I can't believe we're talking toe links already, but I would be surprised if the toe link hasn't been on the right rear of that car.
Golly, he gave him no room at all.
Yeah,
he just drove him straight in the fence.
So when they put the safer barrier and catch fence up for this race in the last couple of weeks,
that's a great picture. That shot right there shows you how that wall jots out.
3 wide, Priest goes down, and this is why, 42 shoved the 60, and the 60 just returned it.
Yep, here we go. Right there. Now let's watch from John Hunter Nemechek.
Still there. Right side. Bumper. Still there. Bumper. Clear. Be ready for it. Shoving you here. Hold on to it. Hang on.
Yeah. And really what started this was the 10 and the 3 of Austin and Ty Dillon getting into each other. And
you see Ty got into Eric Jones, and he repays the favor there.
Yeah, just turned him around with the right rear quarter panel.
I'm amazed everybody else got through unscathed.
I am as well.
First caution flag. Remember, only green flag laps count. We have 16 in the books.
Austin was probably the biggest benefactor of that. He was in big trouble.
Yeah, Clint. Right here. Going into turn 1. And just Josh Berry into the back of the 54 and just turns him around. That was pretty simple. And really, when you're in Josh Berry's position there in the 21 car, you know that you've got to be aggressive, and just gets into the left rear quarter panel. And that gives him an opportunity to put himself in position on a restart. So Josh is going to be 6th on the choose, and you just have to see how all the pushing and shoving shakes out when we go green again.
Well, sometimes you can't wait for something to happen. You have to make something happen. And there it is. So Eric Jones is now in the position Austin Dillon found himself on the last restart. Off the front end of Ricky Stenhouse' car.
Well, you can see all those cars behind him there. It was kind of, Burt Myers got in front of him, and there was all just trying to scramble to get around him. And
top of the screen.
Yes, he just turned him. Yeah, it was.
It looked like he got loose.
Looked out of shape before Stenhouse got to him, didn't he?
Well, he got moved up the racetrack down in 3 and 4, and he was trying to get back down. There was a little more. There was a Paul Harvey in that story.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a big shot, too.
Yep, into the brand new safer barrier. It's been installed all the way around Bowman Gray. Part of which came. A little bump from Haley, and another one straightened him out, and around he went.
Never lifted.
I think he was trying to repay that favor. Didn't work out. About this.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty violent.
Yeah, I believe he's going to try to fill the hole right here, and as they check up, it checks everybody behind him. You see the left front tire that was sliding on Cole Custer's car, and then they just 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. Bowman Gray is recipe for disaster.
And Eric Jones goes from leader to laggard as they all stack up behind and alongside him and turn him around.
And what happened right there was when 21 decided to fill.
There's Suarez in the middle of this. Let's see how it unfolds. Turn 4.
Ooh. Run out of real estate. Right in front of the leader, Chase Elliott, too. That's how fast things happen. That could have wiped your leader out. So close.
Jamie Little, how's the 24?
Well, I was listening to his radio, Mike, and he said up to that point his steering was really stiff, so having a hard time turning that race car. And you saw.
Started. Let's see. Ooh.
Yeah, look, it was hard to tell right there. I couldn't tell if Larson was trying to fill the hole.
A little synchronized spinning there.
Well, I'll just simplify it then. Cindric got into him.
Yeah.
Well, let's watch from the 5.
Stack hard here. Still there, tight. Quarter, bumper, still there, he's there.
It's obviously hard to see from that angle. It looked like he was trying to move down to me. Take the spot.
Yeah.
Start finish line. Here they go into 1.
Slid him way up the racetrack.
Yeah, and Logano knew right there. He just backed off. Well, he got into the back of the 20.
Yep.
He was moving back down in there, and
you'll see Hocevar go down because he knows he's got to defend himself because he's going to get hit. But
all right, here's Christopher Bell's radio.
22 just shoved you there. Wasn't nothing you could do. All right, take care of it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that.
No, it didn't look like it.
No, and that's really when the spotter of the 77 needs to come on and tell him.
Elliott. And a lap ago, Byron got squeezed up toward the barrier out of turn 4, but
yeah, that just looked like the 19 into the back of the 77 into the 5. I think my favorite thing that happens when the cars spin out here, Clint, I find myself looking into the grandstands because everything that happens. I tried to fill the hole right there, and Bubba Wallace said, sorry about that. Getting go time here, and we got to go.
That's what I was saying about doing that earlier. You have to be careful and mindful. Just because you're clear right there, you stack everybody up, and they push them. Even if they were not trying to, everybody else behind them pushes them into you.
And that is the aftermath.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you try to fill that hole,